Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about some of the updates that we can see on the different manufacturers at the shakedown test. Now I'm going to start off with Ducati, and the two major visible ones that we can see here is, firstly, you can see on the side fairing where the downward duct is. The downward duct is much bigger compared to last season. Also, just above it here, you can see the mid-wing. It's quite smaller compared to last year's one. And if you look at, again, Piero bringing Marquez's bike out for a spin, here is the, say, older type of aero, and you can see that there is a big difference in the size of the downward duct compared to this one. The other thing as well is on the rear of the bike. If you look at the salad box area, you will see it's more aerodynamically shaped as well compared to last year. And here you will see kind of a more closer up version of it. Whereas last year's one was kind of all smoothed over, as you can see here on Jorge Martin's. But now there is more kind of like an aero, little bit of a package towards the back of it. Up next is KTM, and KTM kind of broke the internet with the introduction of this small screen in Barcelona, and if they brought it out again here on the full package with Polo Spagaro. However, like when you look at it compared to the standard package that Pedrosa had on, there is a massive noticeable difference. You know, realistically, you would need to be super skinny to get out of the air with that, but it's definitely an interesting one. You will also notice that the shape of the air intake was different with Danny compared to Pole. The other thing that KTM were running was a salad box, and it's the first time running a salad box, and here you can kind of see it up close. You can see exactly what is going on there, the mass damper as everyone calls it in the back of it. However, you can see it also compared to what it normally is or was on the back of the KTM. Will that appear for the riders in the main test? I would assume so. Honda have gone quite Ducati-esque with their aero. The front of it now really does look like a Ducati, if I'm very honest. Also here you will see the two bumps on the side of the fairing, very Ducati-esque. And even the front wing is very similar to what they're doing. If you look at it compared to the old side aero that they had, you will see that there is a very big difference. The other thing that they were running is that they were running no rear wing on the back, and here you can see kind of what it looks like without anything attached to the back of it. It looks kind of it looked to me like an amputee, but you know, it is interesting. And both Spagaro and Chantra did run this. Here you'll see it fully done up, but again, you can see that even the shape of it is completely different. Now, all of the manufacturers really are running, except for maybe Honda and Yamaha, are really focused on getting their engine right. That this was the whole purpose of this test, to start getting engines right and signed off. Because remember, once those engines are homologated, that's it until the end of 2026. There's no changes unless it is for a reliability or such and such a reason. It is pretty difficult for those manufacturers to get it right. So, you know, they're not chasing times yet and hunting things down. It has been difficult to see on the Aprilia what changes have in Yamaha. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to cover them until I am. But these ones I could definitely visually see, and it is really interesting that they're bringing these out so early. Kind of shows you that they have a lot on in their program to get through towards before the season even starts. They're already under pressure with testing. Remember, Ducati are restricted from testing most, so kind of makes sense that they're trying to bring out, but I didn't think that they would bring any aero out until the start of the second test. But shows what I know, they pulled one over me. But I'd definitely love to know your thoughts, what you find the most interesting update from the manufacturers that they brought out in the shakedown test. definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.